Kaylens Rain was formed by siblings Glen Harrison and Kaylee Stewart, and now includes Kaylee's husband Joel. After taking a long break to focus on their young families, Kaylens Rain is back with a song called appropriately, One Song Brings You Back, and Glen is here to talk about it. Hi, Glen.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Been really enjoying the song and revisiting the back catalogue, I've got to say, because this is the albums when they came out. I thought it's been a while, and just such enjoyable, entertaining country pop. Love it. Anyway, I will talk about the new song first up. This song first found its way to you in 2018, which was the year you released your last album, Found. Was it originally intended for that album?
It kind of look, no, it was like it came to us, like you say, late in the piece. We were sort of playing around with new music. We started playing a couple of songs in our live set more so. Just yeah, like we said, we wanted to continue, getting some new music out. So yeah, we sort of started toying around with it in 2018, and yeah, it's been a while since then, but yeah, I guess we'll get to the reasons why soon. But yeah,
yes. So we can get to those reasons right now, because it's such a decision. Because as a musician, if you're playing live, you've got to think about touring. These are things that take you away from home. If you're at all inclined to have a family when they're young, you do need to be around a lot. And from what I understand, you and Kaylee both have young children.
that's exactly right. Yeah, look, also that's right. Around that time, that's right. The kids started coming along, so they do take up quite a lot of time raising those guys. We've now got like between us, we've got three between us. Kaylee and Joel have two, and I've got one. So yeah, and they're all they're all 5 and under. So it's been a joy. It's been a joy getting to spending time raising those guys as well, and it's good. It's great life experience for us as well. It's kind of that next chapter for us as well.
Yeah, and lovely for you as brother and sister to have your children around the same age, because then they get to have cousins to play with.
Definitely, it's really good.
But I also, I understand that for an artist, it's a hard decision. This is your passion. It's also your work. You'd released 2 albums, so I imagine you didn't make it lightly. But you've chosen to come back now with this new song. Why did you decide to actually record that song as opposed to something completely new?
Yeah, well, like you say, like that song has been in our sort of court for, like you say, a number of years. It felt very much a part of the Kaylens Rain. It felt like it did belong on those previous albums to us. It's been, we've been playing it for so long, but like you say, we haven't had a chance to actually lay it down in a recording studio. So we finally decided, to kind of get back into the game, as it were, because we did. We missed it. A lot's happened in the time where we were away. I mean, I say away, sort of inverted commas, away from releasing original material, as you were. So yeah, look, we thought, we've had this song in the bag for quite a while. Let's let it see the light of day. Let's have an opportunity to, we had the opportunity to go into the studio and record it, and we're really happy with the way it sort of turned out and the way it's evolved after so long as well.
Yeah, right. So from what I understand, the song was brought to you, and then the two of you have actually worked on the lyrics a bit and worked on the song to make it a Kaylens Rain song.
Yeah, exactly. The song was written by a couple of a couple in Nashville, Brett Rutledge and Jessica Campbell Waterman. And yeah, so we got the song, we got the demo, and yeah, a couple of the lyrics were a little sort of, we couldn't really relate to them as well. So we with their permission, we sort of reworked it and made it, and also being, an Australian country music, we wanted to make it a little bit homely as well. Certain lines in the song, I think, the December, summertime being December, summertime over there is July, little things like that. We sort of changed to sort of make it our own with their permission. So it was really great that they gave us the opportunity to do that and to really work it into our sound.
And what an appropriately titled song for your first song back after a break, because it is the song that's brought you back.
It is, yeah. Look, it's funny the way the world works, isn't it? Yeah, it couldn't be more suited. That's right. It's a great title, and it's a great message as well in the song too. We just love singing it, and I think the lyric is just so relatable as well, which is something we always look for in our music as well.
Yeah, right. So given that you had a break and you hadn't been playing live, to go back into the studio, did you need to rehearse together before you recorded?
Well, look, Again, I use the term, we've been away for 70. We've definitely not been, we have been working a lot together in
Okay.
those first, yeah. So it's in those, I think, yeah, it was close to 7 years, I say. We still were regularly gigging. We were doing a lot of, weddings and corporate sort of functioning things, sort of things on the side, which we were really fortunate to do with the first two albums, for that to continue on. So it kind of did feel, we were still in sort of in form, I think. not to, I don't want to brag too much. Obviously, it was, still a lot. Getting back into the studio again after so long, like for anyone, is pretty daunting. But we did feel like, having the opportunity to be sort of gig fit and, getting to sing the songs, we weren't sort of going in blind. We knew what we were going to do. We knew the sound. We knew how he wanted it to sound and who was doing what part. So we went in with a clear plan. So, and we knew exactly, how we wanted it to sound and the end result as well. So that was a real confidence boost as well. And also working with Andrew Cochran, who's produced both our albums as well, was another thing. We know that formula works. So it just made sense to do that as well.
Yeah, because yes, I didn't realize that you and Kaylee had continued to play together. I knew you'd been playing because I've seen you play with Amber Lawrence on several occasions because I've seen Amber live quite a bit,
Yes.
including I think at the Sunset Bash
Yes.
at Penrith. Yes, you were there. So
That's right.
you've been playing with Amber for a while.
I do, yes. I've been really fortunate as well, as a as a side hustle to be a guitarist for great acts, Amber Lawrence. That's right. I'm really fortunate to get to work with her still and always, and even other acts like Melanie Dyer as well. Yeah, I've just sort of kept my head in the game, as it were, because I just love the music. I love the scene. I love everything about it. I love getting out on the road, and I love the touring side of things as well. So yeah, I'll always be around some one way or another.
Yeah. And so now Kaylee's husband Joel is in the band. So does that mean either you feel outnumbered by them and they gang up on you, or does he feel outnumbered by you and your sister?
It's an interesting question. Yeah, there's a lot of formulas there, isn't there? I think by and large, look, he's a good mediator because brother and sisters, we can get a little bit heated between us. We tend to disagree a lot. So I think he's a good he's a good mediator. I think he's a bit of a softie too, so he can see both sides of the things, and he's pretty smart, and he knows what how to comfort obviously his partner as well. So no, all in all, he's a great asset to have that third part into the band. There's no real gang ups yet anyway, so I think it's only really strengthened us, if I'm to be perfectly honest.
Given how unified the sound is on the track you just released, I didn't think there were any issues that you needed to sort out quite yet.
No. It's brother sister stuff. Oh, he called me. No, it's it's 5-year-old stuff. It's
he never goes away.
He hit me. It's no.
But speaking of the brother sister stuff, I need to ask because I've never interviewed you before. When did you and Kaylee start performing together? Did you have musical childhoods and you were learning instruments and you started playing then?
Look, I think we were raised on, our parents were big on country music. We always had country music on in the house. I always remember some form of music being on around their house, and yeah, they bought us all those toy instruments growing up, toy guitars, toy drums, the microphones. There's a lot of recordings I can probably dig up going way back. So music's always been in our family, from a very young age, and we started performing, I think, in sort of year 8, year 9 in high school. You get to start doing music again as a subject, and I think that really spurred us on. We really excelled in that, and started learning our instruments again, and learning guitar and singing, and getting opportunities to perform together and singing together, and everyone started noticing these great sort of sibling sort of sounds, sibling harmonies. So I guess we sort of just ran with that, and that's sort of how it all started, just from those late high school days. And then we went to a Tamworth Country Music Festival in like 2006, 2007, and did the whole journey, from started like everyone else started, and it's just snowballed from there. It's been really cool to sort of share that journey with the sibling as well.
Yeah, and look, it's cool for the audience because sibling harmonies are just amazing when they're done well. Obviously, I remember talking to the McClymons once a while ago about their sibling harmonies, and it seemed like it was something that came naturally. But at the same time, I don't imagine it's something you take for granted. In that you still have to work at it. You might have a natural inclination to harmonize, but
yeah, that's right, definitely. Yeah, the sound is there. Yeah, the sound is a natural thing. You can't manufacture that. That's just biology, really. But yeah, I mean, that's right. You can definitely perfect it as much as you really want to as well. So yeah, that's as yeah, and we do take a lot of inspiration, like you say, from groups like the McClymons. That's right, sibling harmonies as well. You know, a lot of bands gone past. You know, we just look at them and say, you know, that's the level that, you know, we try to, you know, meet and you know, achieve as well.
I actually wonder whether anyone's done a study on sibling harmonies because the Buckleys are in the same position. Because there is definitely some magic there. And obviously, there are singers who are not related who harmonize really well with each other, but there is a particular form of magic that no one can really pinpoint about siblings. And so, when you two started singing together, what did it feel like that, or did it take a bit of adjustment? I guess, you know, the thing with you being male, your voice breaks at a certain stage, things have to adjust.
Yeah, things have to adjust, and you know, I was really fortunate. You know, Kaylee's such a strong singer as well, so I think that's sort of the main sound of the, you know, the Kaylens Rain sound. She would take most of the lead, and I'm pretty privy with my ear to a harmony. So I think that's where that sound evolved from, and really gelled as well. Yeah, like anything, I went through the whole voice breaking stage, and actually, you know, it's funny, you know, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I feel like in this day and age, I can sing a lot higher than I used to. I'd say, you know, 16, 17, 18. I know it's a funny thing. I guess your voice does change and gets, you know, stronger, and you work on it over time. But yeah, it's all those challenges that arise from, you know, starting from, you know, in that sort of age group as well to, you know, to now. So but yeah, by and all, that's right. Like you say, the whole sibling harmony thing. That's right. You can't describe it. I'm sure there's someone might study. I don't know. I don't know if there's any either. But yeah, it's right. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's you can't explain it, but it's a beautiful thing. I guess it's what everyone sort of says.
Yeah, and I guess also there is that the fact that the way siblings communicate, if they get on, I mean, even if they don't, you know, if there's a strong relationship where there's some push and pull, that may be part of it, just in terms of how you communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's right. I think everyone sort of balances each one out in the end. That's right. There's like you say, push and pull. That's a great way to describe it. Definitely, there's a lot of that, and I think that's what sort of carries it. You know, keeps it rolling on. I think it's great.
Yeah. So does Joel attempt any singing, or is he playing an instrument in the band?
Well, so Joel, look, Joel initially, you know, he's a pretty handy bass player, and bass players are generally pretty hard to find, I guess, in our experience. So he's definitely a handy asset in that you know, in that in that aspect. But yeah, as far as his harmony goes, I think, again, like you say, he not being a family member, I think he's just got that nice tone in his voice that does sit really well underneath. It doesn't change the sound too much, which we were pretty, you know, sort of, you know, aware of. We obviously, you know, made a decision to bring him to the front line. It made sense. We're a family band. He's, you know, married into the family now, so, you know, it kind of keeps that sort of thing kind of going as well. But yeah, I think it's only really enhanced our sound. And now we've got that third part harmony to sort of play with, which, you know, kind of really fell to me, I guess, in the recording stage. So it's nice to have a little bit of variance there as well too. And yeah, like I said before, he gels really well. Just, you know, that little bit underneath, I think he glues it all together really well as well.
Yeah, I'm interested that you said that bass players are hard to find. I did not know that. It's the first time I've heard this.
Yeah, well, I'm just speaking from, you know, I guess from experience, but maybe
you're a professional.
We've had well, that's right. We've been lucky to have Joel around for years. So, and you know, when he's not available, you know, it's he's a very busy man. He does, you know, he does double in other acts as well, which is fine.
Okay.
So, you know, I do. He does. So we're you know, we go where we're needed, you know, at that particular point. If we got a free weekend, we'll be there. So, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, he's as busy as ever as well. And yeah, yeah, I think bass players to the point where I actually have bought a bass.
Right.
One day I will learn it properly. I'm not proficient. I'm not really proficient in bass guitar. I do have a bass. It's in the cupboard. I don't have an amp, but I will get it out and play it at some point. I think because I think bass players. I think I think they're a rare breed.
Well, and I suppose also, guitar gets a lot of glory. And so if people are kids, teenagers are looking at what's the thing they want to play in a band, guitar is usually going to be the headliner there.
Everyone wants to be a guitarist. It's simple. I mean, that's the opposite problem. That's right. You can have 2 or 3 guitars. That's right. But it's right. I think bass, but I think, like I say, if you want to be a bass player, you'll never be out of work.
Yeah. And I also want to actually because obviously for a working musician like you see a lot of people who are around, you see who's coming up through the ranks, who's available. I actually wouldn't mind betting drummers are getting thinner on the ground just because a lot of people wouldn't want their kid playing drums in the house. It's noisy, it takes up space. So you wonder if there are that many drummers.
That's the other thing. Yeah. Well, that's true too. Yeah. I mean, we have our select few of drummers that we can call on, but that's right. Yeah. I guess, you're definitely right. I mean, there's a lot of gear to being a drummer, I guess. And the whole sound thing is you got to be in the right neighborhood, I think, and have the right sort of people around you to encourage that, I believe.
Yeah, no apartment living for drummers.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
So in terms of how the band is run, or let's say when you and Kaylee decided to form Kaylens Rain, was it one of you making more of the business decisions and direction decisions, or were you making everything mutually?
It was all mutual. We were very lucky to have a good great group of people, great team behind us. Obviously mum and dad, big supporters in the early years of us and sort of guiding us in that right direction. And we've been really fortunate to get be involved with some really great people in our careers and releasing these albums as well, that have given us a lot of advice and a lot of constructive criticism as well, I think, as well, just to which we really love and took on board more so. I think that really strengthened us as well. So we're really fortunate in those sort of early years, like I said, to have strong team behind you and good pretty good headspace and a fairly clear direction with myself and Kaylee as well as to where we wanted to go, and it created some amazing opportunities.
It's interesting that you say you enjoyed constructive criticism. A lot of people will be like, any criticism is bad, but it sounds like you took it as an opportunity to improve and change, do what you needed to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, obviously, it's a bit of that. It's no one likes hearing, oh, you could have done better. But it's I don't think it's a case of it's not a, like you say, it's all how you take it. It's all about bettering yourself. It's saying that was good, but maybe try it this way next time. That's sort of, I guess, we get a lot of that, a lot of advice moving forward. And I think I think you need that. I think a lot of people. I don't know. This is just opinions. A lot of people get told that they're great, and they're probably not as great. And
then they go on Australian Idol.
Well, they don't get told that they are great, but they can improve here, and here, which is, I think that's probably the most important. That's how you can grow as an artist, I believe. And if you can get that, if you can accept that, then you'll go places.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think possibly in previous generations, parents were harsher on children who were playing instruments. That's terrible.
Look, we didn't have no disrespect to our parents. They weren't harsh. they weren't like do better. No, no, they weren't like that. They were really, like I said, really supportive and, like I said, guided us in the right direction, and I think kept us really grounded as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, and I'm sure they're very proud of you as well. And it must be lovely for them actually to see their children not only getting on so well, but performing together, and that they can enjoy that, seeing that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's right. They love seeing us sing together. I guess for any parent that must be, amazing. So yeah, to see, your kids working together and creating lovely, I guess, lovely, music together.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, yeah, they come every chance they can to our shows, and yeah, you can tell they absolutely love it, and every chance they get to listen or see us, yeah, they're there, which is really great to see. They're really great supporters.
So One Song Brings You Back, I'm guessing, is the first in a series of planned releases, because I imagine you have a plan. And does that plan include performing at Tamworth, for example, because it's a few months away?
Yeah, we'll be there. We're always there. We're pretty lucky in that aspect. We can get up there most of the time. We've got a lot of family and friends up there as well. So yeah, we'll see you there in one way or another. I'm not sure. We haven't got anything locked down as far as gigs go, but we're going to make an appearance. I'll say that much. And yeah. We've got some more songs in the bag. We've just obviously, it's a process for us to get all three of us into a room to record. With our little families as well. But yeah, we've got a couple of songs in the pipeline, in the bag. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting those down and have another couple of releases soon. We said to ourselves, let's not leave it so long next time between songs. So yeah, we're looking forward to the into next year. We'll see what it holds.
Well, you had very good reasons for having time between songs, but this is very identifiably a Kaylens Rain song. So you're right, as what you said earlier. It was the sound is consistent with what you've released before, so your fans will be very, very happy. It is a great song. One Song Brings You Back. Glen, Harrison, it's been great to talk to you about it, and I look forward to whatever Kaylens Rain comes up with next.
Me too. Thank you very much for talking to us.